Oh, and I go crazy. Why is this like... Hopefully that's fine. Alright. Hopefully that's fine. Let's get back a little bit. Alright. There we go. How's it going, guys? Big Pasta Gaming here once again, and today we're playing more Rocket League. I hope the mic's on. I didn't think about that. There we go. How's it going? Wait. Yeah, okay. It's a little too far down for my... There we go. It's Tilton. It's Tilton. Tilton Towers. There we go. Oh my god, and it fell down. Okay. Why does this mic... It just refuses to stay in this, like, one position. Okay. Can I... rotate this way? Or is I gonna mess up the whole mic thing? Okay. How's it going, guys? Big Pasta Gaming here once again, and today we are playing more Rocket League. You know, I was browsing in my game library, and I was thinking, man, what game could I play? Because I played a lot of Rocket League, and both Maneater and Slay the Spire ended up not being decent. You know, not lasting a whole long time. I'm not gonna bash on the games; they're okay games, but they ended up not lasting a whole lot of times. So I obviously have to find something else, right? But Rocket League is pretty much my only thing that I can think of at the moment. It was between Rocket League and the bike game, the Lonely Mountain Bike Downhill, Lonely Downhill Mountain Biker game, whatever. I used to play it last year. I don't know if I was streaming back then. I don't remember if I was streaming back then when I was playing it, because I don't know the exact times when I was playing it. But anyways, it's a cool game. It's a cool game. But yeah, I was thinking about playing that. I might play a little later if I get sick of Rocket League. For sure. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that, I suppose. If it's really that interesting of a thing. I don't know. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are having a good day. I gotta clean my glasses. Give me just a second, guys. It's not gonna take long. Oof. Still trying to wake up. It's Saturday. It's Sunday. Today's Sunday? Yeah, today's Sunday. It's 11 o'clock. It's fine. I figured it was fine to start the stream a little later today. I actually was up at like 10. But, I wanted to do, my computer was on, I wanted to do an Amazon order. So I ordered some groceries. I ordered, frozen pizzas. I have like a pizza oven You know, it's specifically a plug-in device that only that it's circular in shape and it's very thin, so it only heats up pizzas. So I don't know why my mom buys like just the randomest things, the most random things. Anyway, it's a Christmas gift to my sister, but I use it more than she does. So yeah, you know, I can just plug it in, let it preheat, and I can throw a pizza in there for like 10 minutes. A frozen pizza in there for 10 minutes, and then it's done. It's super convenient. It's a hell of a lot more convenient than my freaking real oven, which takes like an hour to preheat. So, and then it takes like double the time to actually cook the thing. So, this one's compressed. And apparently, I can, you know, it's as thin as a frozen pizza is, you know, the machine. But I can cook other food items that are as thin as a pizza, right? Like I could bake chicken nuggets in there, or pizza rolls, or things like that. Actually, I didn't think about that because I do have pizza rolls in my frid or in my freezer, and I've just been microwaving them because I didn't want to bother air frying them. I could just throw them in the pizza thing. I should have been doing that. Whatever. I don't know what the time adjustments would need to be for this, since it's a different device and everything. But yeah, give me a second, clean my glasses, guys, and then we'll get going here. Alright. So yeah, we're playing Rocket League. The, God, you guys know I'm reading that book series, right? I guess I can show you guys the book. It's, I have two of them here. It's, Ascension of a Bookworm. So I don't know if you guys can really see that. It's reversed on the camera. Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, anyway, I was telling you guys the other stream, or the other day. It's the main character is this little girl. It's like an adult woman in this little girl's body, and she's like, you know, here's the second cover, right? She's kind of kneeling there. Canonically, the girl's physical body is like 8 years old, I think, but she's like this weak and frail girl, so she looks even younger than that. Because you know you're weak and frail, right? You're different. You have, you know, your body doesn't develop as big or as strong or whatever, right? So you don't really get fully grown as fast, I guess. I don't know. But there's a whole lot I say about that specifically. But the well, the problem is, you know, if I go in a store and I order these books, right, and anybody has to look at these books, they're gonna be judging me, right? Not only am I a weird Japanese light novels, you know, not only is it that stereotype, right? I'm making myself out to be a weeaboo because of the anime style of this, but it's but also not only that, but even people who are accepting of the anime style, they're still gonna look at this and they're gonna judge me. They're gonna be like, oh, what? Why is this adult guy ordering books that have like this little girl on the cover? It's like it's a text-based book, right? You see all this text. And there's the occasional picture, but it's nothing bad, you know. It's like, where's the picture? It's like, you know, that. You know, it's just a bunch of guys. You know, there's a girl, but then it's just a bunch of like different guys and stuff crowd around her of varying ages, right? Because it's an appropriate book, right? It's a book about stuff. I don't know. It's medieval times, right? People died in their 30s, so you know, typically, so you know, people can't live that long, right? So the bulk of your life is, you know, when you're like a teenager, or whatever, right? So you can't. You can't judge me off of this because you're making the wrong judgment, right? You're making the wrong judgment. because it's not a story about a little girl. It's a story about an adult woman who's reborn into a little girl's body. God, I'm just digging myself a grave here. Anyway, it's a fantastic story. I love it. But yeah. So anyway, yesterday, like last night, I had read maybe a couple chapters, or not last night, the night before, I had read like a couple chapters. But yesterday, I was popping in and out of stream, mostly out. I read the whole rest of the book. I read this much of the book yesterday, between the downtime on the stream and the which was most of the stream, and then at night after I got off the stream, I read most of this book. What happened was the book series has been very slow. Nothing like very exciting or climactic happens, and typically one exciting event happens in the span of like 2 or 3 chapters at the end of each novel. That's what I expected for this one, but this is the last book in a series part, because the series is organized into parts depending on where the girl is. So, and then this part, I'm on part 2, has 4 volumes. So part 2 has 4 books to it. So this is book number 4, right? So it's the end of this part, this section. And what happened was, chapter like 5 or 6, right? So maybe like this far into the book, a climactic event started, or something unexpected happened. And then from there, it just kept escalating further and further until it was like, like about a third of the way through the book, things really started ramping up, and this was the climactic moment. And the climactic moment, that scene, lasted for the rest of the book. It lasted for about this length. This was one scene. This was one event, right, over the span of maybe like an hour or so in the book. It was the majority of the book. The majority of the book is one event. And of course, you start reading about it and you're like, "Oh my god, I want to finish this scene," but this scene, it takes the entire book to read. And so, of course, I sat down and I read through the whole thing in one sitting. So basically, I read the entire book in one sitting. I read the entire book yesterday. God dang, $9 for this. Well, retail is 15. I get a discount. Got $15 for a book that, I'm gonna read in one sitting, right? You guys think about like a Netflix subscription, okay? It's $20, but you get it for the whole month, right? Unlimited shows and movies for the whole month. Or you think about, you think about a video game, right? $60, but it's gonna last you like at least 2 weeks, probably, maybe more than that. A book, if I got, for the price of a new video game, I could get 4 books. It'll last me 4 days. A new video game is gonna last me, at least double that. Kiwi, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, I gave her coveted can of food. Anyways, this book's great. Kiwi, what are you doing? She's like, she has her plate of food, and she swiped at it and flung it. Luckily, I don't think I got food anywhere else. I can't tell. Weird cat. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so it was a great book. It was a great read, but they're so short. It's each book is 300 pages, and so you think like, oh, a 300-page novel, how, that might last, that should last you a long time, right? It's one day. I can burn through 300 pages in one day. Of course, I need the entire day to do it, but I can sit down for like 6 to 8 hours and blow through a whole book. It's a blessing and a curse because it's like, because as a kid, you're reading a book, you get a book for your birthday or Christmas or something, I don't know, and that book is going to last you at least a full week, right? Even if you read it, during recess and lunch, right? I remember some kids when I went to school would they would have their book and they would just read it during class or read it at at lunch on the grass or during recess at the lunch benches, wherever they could get a quiet moment. And one book would last the kid like 2 weeks reading at that pace. Even if the kid went home and read it in his free time, the book would still last like a full week. And then of course it's like, okay, the kid comes to school the next week with a different book, and you're thinking like, hey, how's that kid? That kid's already on a different book. He must have spent all of his free time reading that book. Like, and he must be a fast reader, and he must be smart, right? It's all of these things. But now as an adult, I can, me, who, I was never a reader, right? You give me a book as a kid, you give me a book as a teenager, and it would have taken me like half the year to read it. Just because it doesn't hold my interest, and I have to like force myself to sit there and read through the pages and stuff. But now you give me a book as an adult that I'm interested in, and I'm, I blow through it in a day. If I take my time, it's like 2 to 3 days, maybe. But the thing is, these books cost money, so I'm not getting a very good dollar to entertainment ratio, or entertainment per dollar ratio for this. And the book series is gonna end, right? This is like the first book series since Overlord that I've actually been like enthusiastic to read. Like, I can't, I just finished the second book that I have. I still gotta wait like a week and a half for these other books to come in. In fact, I'm actually contemplating ordering the next volume off Amazon today, just so that I can read it and then return it. Because I really want to know what happens next. I'm like really excited for it. Because the climactic event, it ended, and then it led up to a new turn of events, and like a completely new situation. Like, it transformed the situation that the character's in. That's exciting to me. It's like, oh my god, how are things gonna be? Who's gonna happen? I have, if I go to the very latest release, which I believe the next, I have, there's 10 books out right now that I have to read next for this series. There's 10 of them. An 11th one is coming out like next week. So obviously I won't read 10 books within that time, so the 11th book will be out. So I'll have 11 books to read, and then a 12th book is actually coming out a month from now. So the thing is, these books are already written, but they're in Japanese. And so it's just up to the localization company to translate them. So I believe it's J Novels or J Club, something like that. Anyway, I'm super excited for this. I want to keep going with this plot or whatever, right? But the thing is, the story's not finished, too. So even if I catch up, it's gonna end, and then I'm gonna have to wait like a long time for it. Because the books that I'm reading now are, they came out in 2016. It's like 6 years ago that they came out. If it's taken the author this 6 years to write 12 books, then I can expect a new volume every half year. But the thing is, I can blow through one of these books at my leisure in 2 days. So, 2 days of, I gotta wait 6 months for 2 days of entertainment. So, it's not, it's whatever. But it's the plight of having to um getting into something like this. A lot of like Japanese entertainment are is like ongoing, and it's like in continuation and whatnot. I think they write light novels similarly to how American TV shows write their TV shows, in the fact that they forcibly continue the show indefinitely until you guys know with like, okay, The Walking Dead, right? The Walking Dead has what, like 13 seasons to it. It's too much. It's too much, and you can tell in the later seasons the story writers are, some rich executive is telling the story writers like, hey, we need another season of this profitable show. You guys got to write more characters and kill off some of the old characters and yada yada, right? And The Walking Dead, because the show isn't allowed to end because we're making money off of it. And that's how they write a lot of American TV shows. So, The Walking Dead, a lot of them are like comedy sitcoms, so it's like excusable, I guess. Like Big Bang Theory did that. But yeah, with these Japanese light novels, I think they're doing the same thing. Light novels, and then I believe some manga artists also fall into this trap where they're forced to basically write it definitely, right? Gotta come up with a new thing that's happening so that the character gets thrown into a new situation, right? But typically, these story writers have a story they want us to tell, and then they have an idea of where it's gonna go. So even if they're forced to extend it or elongate it or whatever, it's still like based off the original idea they had. So it's more acceptable. And it's typically easy to tell whether or not a writer is sort of pressured into doing this. It happened with Bleach. If you guys ever hear about the anime Bleach, the Bleach manga had a definite end to it. It had an end. They killed the bad guy, whatever, right? They allude to like a little bit more world building, but it's not that much, right? It's sort of inconsequential. Q, what the hell are you doing? She's like trying to get behind my mattress. Is there like a bug over there? Oh, actually. Yeah, she went behind my mattress. Well, she's never done that before. There must be something over there. Well, if there's a bug over there, I trust her to get it. Anyway, Bleach did that where there's a definite end to it, to the manga, and then they continued it. They were like, oh, the main character loses his powers and after the big bad guy, and then now he has to go re-get them or whatever, right? Like there's no reason for the plot to continue, but the author was just making stuff up in order to continue it at this point, right? What is she doing? Kiwi was really happy that I gave her a can of food this morning. the thing is, she wasn't eating my cans of food. Like she was very reluctantly eating them. I got her the good kind. I think it's because she had a bad taste in her mouth from the bad cans of food that I was giving her. And I think she just associated that with the new cans of food, right? If you're given a bad food, like if you're given a piece of food that tastes, like a meal that tastes really bad, and then like tomorrow you're given a meal that looks exactly like yesterday's foul tasting food, but it actually tastes good this time, but you don't know that, you're still probably, your mind is still going to associate the appearance with of the good tasting food with the bad tasting food, right? So it's a placebo effect. I think she was under that trap. So anyway, for like the past week or so, and I noticed that she wasn't eating the good food, even though it wasn't bad anymore. And I figured it was an association thing. So what I did was I stopped giving her the canned food altogether. I just gave her dry food. She has to force herself to eat the dry food. It's not, she doesn't. She's gonna starve otherwise, obviously. But I gave her the dry food for like a week, so that her palate would be reset. And so then when I got the can of wet food today was the first time I gave it to her, in the past week. The first time I gave her wet food in the past week. She was begging me for that wet food. She was already hungry, but she was also begging me for the wet food. But yeah, I just plopped the can of food onto the plate, obviously, hold the thing upside down and, shake out the actual food from the can, right? I'm not having her eat out of the can, that's dangerous. But, she can cut her tongue on the sharp edges of it. But, but yeah, I just plopped it down. I didn't even like cut it up for her or anything. I was like, no, you're a big girl. You can do that. You can eat the plop of food. So anyway, she went at it. And the thing is, I left my room. She didn't follow me or anything. She continued eating even when I wasn't here, which is a big improvement from what I've been complaining to you guys about the past few streams. So she ate it all by herself, and she finished the whole thing. It was a 3-ounce can of food, which is more than what she normally eats in a sitting. Or that's how much she used to eat when I would give her a can of food in the past. Before I completely ruined her appetite for canned food. But, now she's back to it. And she ate the whole thing. She licked the plate clean. And she seems pretty satisfied with herself. It honestly seems like she could eat more. But, whatever. So I think I'm getting her back on track. I need to give her 1 can of food and then just a little bit of dry food in the evening, and then that should regulate her diet. Although she is getting a little bit pudgier, so I don't know if her fur is growing in length to make it look like that, or if she's actually gaining pounds. When I adopted Kiwi, she weighed, when I adopted Kiwi, she weighed 7.4 pounds. And now she weighs 8.2 pounds. Or the last time I checked, it's a couple weeks ago, she weighed 8.2 pounds. That means she gained almost a full pound since the adoption. So, and the thing is, I've been regulating her weight, right? For the first year that I had her, she didn't gain any weight. She didn't lose any weight, but she didn't gain any either. But now she's becoming Miss Glutton over here, so I really have to make sure that I need to start regulating her diet. And I've been giving her food that's centered around weight loss and digestive health, because she has really stinky poo-poos. So, like, I'll go to the bathroom and she'll follow me, and I'll do my business on the toilet, and she'll do her business in the cat box that's in there. And I can smell it. She'll cover it up, but before she covers it up, like, it just reeks, right? it smells, somebody did like diarrhea, right? And you're standing right next to them. You could smell it, right? You can smell that stuff from outside of the bathroom. That's how bad it is. So it's terrible. But say I need digestive health for her, and then I also need weight loss. So I've been spending. I mean, I already have to do a wet food and dry food mix, which is eating into my wallet. But then I also have to spend a little bit extra on these special formulas for that wet and dry food, which is also eating into my wallet. So whatever. It's money that I could be spending elsewhere. So that's what it is. I don't want her to become super fat like Yoko is. So because I completely neglected Yoko's like weight control, and she just, yeah, it's because I didn't really take responsibility for her. So I just let other people buy the food and feed her and whatnot. So, and then it got to a point where it's too late. So with Kiwi, I'm hoping to control it, but it's gonna cost me a lot of money. So if I could just get the cheapo cat food, which she'll eat, she'll gain like 5 pounds over the next 10 years. But it's gonna save me hundreds of dollars. But it's like I don't want that, right? I want Kiwi to be as cute as when I first adopted her. So. I balanced an open Amazon box on top of a cat scratcher. So the Amazon box is wider than the cat scratcher is, so it's balancing on top of it. And Kiwi just got in. And she's just like plopped herself down and she's just rolling around cleaning herself and stuff. If she distributes her weight, yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah. She's just staring at me. Kiwi. Okay. Oh God, no, my rumbling tummy. If But yeah, if she distributes her weight unevenly in that box, then she's gonna tip over. So you guys will probably hear a crash later in the stream, and then you'll probably hear me looking over and laughing. But yeah, anyway, I Kiwi. All my cats like reset their tongues, and so they'll go like after they've cleaned themselves. You guys know how cats do it. It doesn't look that unnatural. But anyway, I stick my tongue out at them to make fun of them for doing that. But anyway, Bleach. It was like kind of artificially continued or whatever, and now they're coming out with a new Bleach series. Like after, oh God, what's it been, like 8 years, something like that. It's been a long time. She's gonna fall over in the next 5 minutes. Like I can already see that box tipping. Oh no, she's not gonna trust the box anymore. I could easily change it so that it's not gonna fall off, but I kinda don't want to. But yeah, no, they artificially continued it. It's like, okay, American TV show now, right? So anyway, I feel like there are Japanese light novels that are on like book number like 30. It's ridiculous, right? 30 novels of one series. Like, you're just continuing it on and on, right? Even with this Bookworm series that I'm Ascendance of a Bookworm, they, how many books do they have out? Okay, they did, part 1 was 3, part 2 was 4. Part 3 is 5, so we're at 12 now. And then part 4 is on book number 7. So there's 19 books out for it right now. In English. I'm actually not sure how much, if it's still going on in the Japanese version or not. So localizations, they're so far behind. I don't think Overlord, like, okay, Overlord, when I read it, there were 12 books out. But they had only done the English translations for 4 of them. And it didn't make any sense because even the anime was past 4 books, right? The anime was on like book 6, I think, adapting it. So it didn't make any sense. You know, who's going to be reading the light novels of an anime that's already been, you know, who's going to be reading the English translation of the earlier novels when yeah, well, the anime is already past that or whatever, right? It should be it's got to be the other way around, where the anime goes up to a certain point, and then you gotta read the English translate. You gotta read the English novels in order to get the better story. Anyway, so Overlord was fan translated. Somebody went in and actually translated book for book. I guess, you know, you have to be a pretty die-hard fan to do that. But yeah, they fan translated it and then released it for free. And the fan translation was great. Like it was a dude who clearly wasn't a native English speaker, but who knew Japanese, and so was able to translate it. It was very well done. So anyway, the official translation was on volume like 4 or 5, but the fan translation was caught up to volume 12, to the Japanese release. So it's like but the thing is, it's like with Overlord, obviously the official translation company doesn't care that much, right? It's not that they don't care. They don't prioritize it. They have other books that they need to be translating, right? You know, you compare that to a different series that's more popular, right? Like ReZero, for example, would be way more popular. So they're going to be translating ReZero, you know, like a month or 2 after the Japanese version comes out. But with Overlord, obviously they're taking years and years in order to do that, right? It's on the, you know, that one's on the back burner for them. So, and it's a shame because you're missing out on a lot of these good stories because you only get the English translations for the stories that are popular. So, not for the ones that are good. So, I don't know how the book series I'm reading stacks up to that. So, they're coming out with season 3 of the anime, so it must be popular. And I think season 3 of the anime, which is actually airing right now, is I believe that one is actually covering these 2 books that I just read. So I would have preferred to read the books, right? You know, most definitely. That's why I did it, instead of just waiting for the anime. But yeah, because I had to reread one of the books that I already watched the anime for because I felt like, oh, I'm missing a lot of details, right? They just glossed over a whole bunch of things in the anime, and then some things didn't make sense why they happened. So actually, I want to see about if they my laptop's almost out. Maybe I'm colorblind. What was that, guys? MyAnimeList.net. Here we go. Come to think of it. Ugh, God I shaved yesterday before coming on stream. And already, but I didn't shave today. One day of not shaving makes me look like I have a mustache. I don't have a mustache. Ooh, what anime are out? Oh, Shield Hero Season 2's out right now? Hell yeah. Gotta watch that. Well, gotta wait for it to end. They came out with a third season of Kaguya-sama? Really? And of course it has high scores. Who would have guessed? Kawaii dake janai Shikikomori-san. Gaikotsu Kishi-sama Tadaima Isekai. What? Tadaima Isekai. Isekai Odekakechu. Tadaima is the greeting for when you've returned back home to your house. Here it is. Season 3, yep, and they have the picture of Sylvester on there. I did want to see some of these things in anime form, because this, the series gets... The series is about this girl who's trying to make books, right? So, the thing is... The series is about, this girl's trying to make books, but... So, she's explaining to the other characters the technical process of printing and of using, like, wax paper and stencils and all this sort of stuff. Reading it in text, in a book, is really hard to decipher. And so, I need a visual, and I've been tempted to look up, okay, what's the bookmaking process that she's even talking about? Because in the anime, in the beginning, she's like making paper, right? And it actually showed you the visuals of how she's making the paper, right? It showed her, doing the process and the shapes of the objects she was using and all that. So that was easy to follow because there's a visual there. Oh, it's... Okay, this anime airs on Tuesdays. Well, I believe I can watch the first episode of it on Crunchyroll. So I think my subscription will still be up. What volumes will this season adapt? Ooh. Once we move past part 2, there's really not any more stopping points. Oh, ooh, that's exciting. Nice. So it's gonna ramp up in the speed and difficulty. Speed and difficulty. The show's gonna ramp up. Or the story's gonna ramp up. Nice. Very nice. Wait, so is the light novel finished? Maybe I'm colorblind. Doodle-doodle-doodle. Oh yeah, where was Attack on Titan? I was gonna watch the last season of Attack on Titan. Oh, they finished it. Nice. People were so upset about the Attack on Titan ending. You know, I read the manga. It's fine. The manga's fine. Wait, like who cares? Like it's fine. Oh wait. No. Okay, it did end. January to April, yeah. Okay, so it's what's that, 12 episodes? Someone rated it a 2 out of 10. When the final chapter was released, the internet exploded with sheer vitriol and bleak desperation. Some were seething with rage, screaming about how Isayama ruined their lives and how Attack on Titan has been soiled forever. And others were coping so hard you'd think they just received the news of their mother's death, refusing to face reality and engaging in absurd and embarrassing mental gymnastics to try and somehow justify this the stupefying writing decisions which led the story to such a nonsensical and laughable conclusion. However, while all this is going on around the lines, the final chapter of Attack on Titan makes the ending of Game of Thrones look like a masterpiece. The decline in writing quality began long before Chapter 139 hammered the last nail in the coffin. The inane plot holes and outrageous character assassination are responsible for ruining Attack on Titan had already begun. Blah blah blah. Who fucking cares? It's about Attack on Titan. I'm not. Attack on Titan's ending was fine. It was a good ending. It's like how do you want him to wrap up the ending? The dude freaking, with Attack on Titan, where I lost faith in it was when they revealed that there were they made the whole thing like, oh, they're on the whole setting has just been on an island isolated from the rest of the world, and there's a rest of the world out there. That's where it went downhill. But the thing is, the dude had that plan from the beginning. The writer had that plan from beginning, that's what the plot was going to be for Attack on Titan. The thing is, that's the plot that he wants, and that's how he was drawing everything together. That's fine, right? So the thing is, if the anime, because it goes from it doesn't go from scary to silly, but it's just like when you have a terrifying premise for an anime, right? Which is, you know, oh, Titans, right? They're gonna eat everybody. This is the one that's plugged in, right? Attack on Titan is like, okay, with any show, if you have a scary premise or a terrifying premise, and oh yeah, there she fell. Give me a second, guys. Huey. she fell, as I predicted. But, the box basically just tipped over. She was still in the box. She was still in the box when it had tipped over. She was in the box when I tipped over, but she was in the box even after I had tipped over. Like, she was just staying in the box, just confused. Because it wasn't that big of a fall or anything, so she fell like 6 inches. Which is nothing. And the box didn't even like flip over completely. It just kind of tilted diagonally and slid down. So I balanced, or I not balanced. I put it on a level surface. She doesn't have, and she didn't leave. So what are you looking at me for? She really likes it in here. It's weird how like it's odd. It's odd to me how comfortable she's gotten. Um, but yeah, no, it's like with any story that has like a big secret, a big mystery behind it and stuff, right? Because Attack on Titan, from episode one, everybody's wondering like, oh, where'd the Titans come from? What's up with this world, right? So the whole premise or the whole appeal of Attack on Titan was the world building. Once you reveal the big mystery, which is what happened at the end of season 3 for Attack on Titan, you reveal the big mystery, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's how it is. And now it's just a sprint to the finish, right? Now the big secret is revealed. How are the characters going to use that secret in order to finish the story, basically? And then the entirety of season 4 is them finishing the story, because that's when Eren goes. That's when Eren gets all apathetic and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna kill everybody," and blah blah blah, right? And it's like, okay, cool, right? It subverts typical expectations, because the heroes find out this world and you expect, like, typical anime, they're gonna negotiate with the rest of the world and then try to bring peace and understanding with each other. Then there's gonna be a big battle and then friendship saves the day and blah blah, right? Attack on Titan didn't do that. It didn't do that. It created another enemy in the rest of the world, and then it had the main characters be of differing opinions on how to tackle that, and then those differing opinions ended up resulting in a lot of death. And that's great, right? It stays on point with the theme of Attack on Titan. In Whenever you get involved in the Titans, a lot of people die, right? That's kind of the overarching theme. So with the whole ending being like, oh, our ancestors' spirit or whatever, it's like, so what else could you have done with that ending? To be honest, it's the only plot hole. The only plot hole in Attack on Titan was how every single time Captain Levi got close to killing what was his face? The blonde dude with the glasses, Zeke. Every time he got close to killing Zeke, throughout the story, for some reason, he failed, right? Which was completely, out of line with his character. Because Levi wouldn't let a Titan live, right? Especially one who had killed so many people. And he did that like twice, I think. And I can think of 2 instances. There might have been a third one where he let him live because, Zeke has plot armor on. But that's the only thing, right? It's like that could have been written a little better. But other than that, it's like the actual ending of the series is fine. And yet people are complaining. People are complaining because they wanted, like, their expectations were so high because there's so much build up, and because Attack on Titan, it came out 9 years ago. That's when the first season of the anime aired, and everybody loved it, and we've had to wait all this time for an ending. And it's like It's like, it's like, who cares? But a lot of people cared. A lot of people were trying to, or, were waiting for that ending. It was, so the ending was fine. The ending was great, even. I loved it. The fact that, oh, it was the good guys versus Eren or whatever. It's like, it's, I don't know, the story seemed to be about how the conflict with the Titans forced Eren to make really tough decisions at every single point in the story. Every single point, his involvement with the Titans, made him make these difficult decisions, and the severity of his decisions and the direction that they went changed as he grew as a character into more, darker and more evil things or whatever, right? And you could, I mean, you could compare it to Hitler, right? I mean, I'll compare Eren Yeager to Hitler, right? Because Hitler wasn't born as a person who would commit mass genocide, but Hitler was given the power in order to change the world and save his people. And he was, I wouldn't say forced to make the decisions that he made, but he was very pressured into making hard decisions that would prioritize the prosperity of the people he was leading. I think that's what Hitler did. And so I think Hitler, because of that, Hitler grew into the role of eventually going to war and, mass genocide of the Jews. And I think Eren Yeager is kind of the same thing. And if you look at a lot of the symbol, Eren Yeager is the same thing in the fact that he, Eren had gained the power of being able to control the Titans and, defy the other people and all this sort of stuff. And, and then they expanded the world, and it's like, okay, the whole world versus us, right? Eren is the leader of that. What's he supposed to do? Well, he's gonna go kill them all, right? He's not gonna let his own people die or, have consequences on them or whatever. Right? But if that's, if the only other choice is to kill everybody, then he's gonna kill everybody, right? It's like, that's a fantastic ending to it, because Eren Yeager was burdened I think Eren Yeager was burdened with his, with all the knowledge and the power that he had, and that turned him into a very apathetic person. He just shut off his emotions and basically just, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to commit mass genocide. And I think Eren Yeager slowly turning into Hitler in that sense, is a perfect character arc. I think that's one of the best character arcs that you could see in a show, honestly, and especially in a show where there's so much killing and there's so much darkness and all that. So I love that. And the thing is, you can even draw the parallels as to what the original creator was thinking, because there's a lot of symbolism about like Nazis and about like militaristic regimes and all this sort of stuff. I mean, the opening theme song to season 4 was in complete contrast to everything else that had been going on, prior. The opening theme song to season 4, the opening animation, for the first part of season 4, was a bunch of like militaristic soldiers like lined up and marching and troops and whatnot. And, they even had the Blitzkrieg balloons from World War II. Like, there's so many parallels. And so to draw parallels to 1940s Nazi Germany, and then create a situation where it's, a single country versus everybody else, and then you have Eren Yeager who has all this information, and he's slowly descending into madness. you know, Eren Yeager is a perfect allegory for Hitler, right? And the show did a really good job of being kind of morally correct in that sense because they made they whatchamacallit, they turned Eren Yeager's character into Hitler, basically, with what he was trying to do. Right, he was gonna lead all the Titans to kill everybody, but but also the fact that the show painted Eren to be the bad guy. You were rooting for Eren the whole time because he was the main character, but now he's descended into madness, and now you have his own friends breaking off from their allegiance to him and then going against him in the end to stop him from his madness. And so, Misaka and Armin and all those people are, now they're the good guys, right? And Eren is the bad guy, so. And, the good guys won in the end, right? Like, cool, right? It's like, okay, you're gonna make a story where Hitler, there's the embodiment of Hitler in Eren, and then the eventual conclusion of that is he's gonna die. Because what would be left after, committing mass genocide? What would Eren have done after that, right? Eren knew himself that this was his destined path and he was gonna die for it, so. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was great. Obviously the story could have gone off in a number of directions, but this was totally fine. If this is what the writer wanted, the story felt organic all the way through. Besides the whole thing with Levi and Zeke, the story was pretty decent. So, and then I go online, and then everyone's complaining about the ending, and I'm thinking, what are you even complaining about? What are you complaining? Yeah, oh yeah, it wasn't your typical ending. Attack on Titan's not your typical show. What do you think? What are you thinking? Whatever. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care anymore. The thing is, with there are so few shows that nail the ending. Code Geass is one of them. Code Geass's ending is perfect. It's the epitome of what anime endings should be. And if you look up any YouTube video about what makes a perfect ending, Code Geass will be the number one example that they use. But you have to craft the entire story around that ending. And that is very hard to do, so. So yeah. Anyway, with all that said, I'm gonna start playing the game, guys. So they got my 1 hour. You got my 1 hour of me talking. So I'll be playing the game. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting my next books for Ascension of Bookworm. Apparently, they have one of the volumes there at the bookstore already, so I might go and get it and then maybe return it, because I don't think I should be getting these books off Amazon and then returning them over and over again. So, but it makes me appreciate what's there if I have to wait a week. What am I oh shoot, I'm playing ranked. Open net, baby. Look at that. Just right off the bat I get a goal. Come on, Kilimanjaro. Yeah. Ah, fuck. They off-centered it. It's good on them. Alright, my 1v1 skills are gonna come in here. Where's my teammate? Where is my teammate? Oh my god, just do it, dude. Come on, we gotta keep the pressure up. I'm so used to threes now. In 3v3s, the main strategy was to keep the pressure up. Ah, fucking hell. That was totally my bad. I'll give an oops in the chat. That was totally my bad. I wish my teammate would do something productive. That'd be nice. I might actually go down to platinum in 2s. God, I love the summer music for in this game. Oh, well. Come on, Kilimanjaro. Go. Get it. My teammate has, like, the weakest hits. Like... Alright, there we go. There we go. You have done something. So he's competent. I just need to learn to rotate with him. Maybe I need to be a little more aggressive to make up for his passiveness. Ooh, that was a close one. I have to wait for him to be able to rotate back. Alright, there we go. Ah, dang. They saw me coming. Nice. That's the only shot I can make. We're just gonna pass it back and forth on here. Okay. He's gonna chase it. Then hit it like that. He's gonna do one of those. Oh. Dang it, I didn't think my teammate was gonna go for it. Bow, 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 bow. What did I expect? Open net. That's not gonna go in? Oh, that is. Okay, cool. Both of them were stacked up on top of each other like that, which means neither of them were at the goal, and neither of them were able to rotate back to their goal. So let's I see. Look at that. That Andre up guy is constantly trying to like ball chase. The Blazin solo, he shouldn't be doing that, but then also the Blazin solo guy needs to be aware of that and then distance himself from his teammate. Whereas Kujo and I are actually staying pretty far apart. Thought that hit. Alright. Kujo's going back to goal. I'm gonna contest this ball. I'm just gonna toss the ball wherever I feel like. I know Kuja's behind me, and I trust him to be able to block a ball properly. Ooh, nice one. Take your boost. I'll blow you up. Good good block. I'll block that. I'll also take Andre's boost. Song and dance for 2 minutes and then GG. Good. That was a good match. That was like a really good match. They were all diamonds. Nice. I'm actually keeping up with my skill level now. I believe I lost 2 matches? 2 or 3 matches of these past 7. So. I think it's because I'm playing during the weekend. Like, when I was playing throughout the week, it was really tough. I think diamond level players are, like, exceptionally better. The ones who play during the weekdays are exceptionally better. That's yours. Where is my teammate? Why is he back at the goal freaking trying to get boost? He's a freaking boost hog. Alright, he prioritizes boost over positioning. I'm gonna have to work around that. Which is fine. I can work around it. I just need to. I think he's gonna hog all of the corner boosts, which means that I'm gonna need to focus on picking up pennies. It's fine. My body twitched. Oh, you failed that? The enemy did. Not my teammate. My teammate actually had a really good follow-up on that. Come on, Sensei Waves. He followed up on that. I didn't expect that. Guess I wasn't really in position for it. Whoops. I didn't expect my teammate to push it off to the side. Shoot, I shouldn't have gone for that. My teammate was on top of it. Wow. I like his little avatar. It's just a big old elephant. It's cute. Moshi Moshi man. Moshi Moshi, Jesus Desu. I can't do it. I'm so bad. Okay. They're not coordinated enough to capitalize on open nuts that often. I need to assume he's gonna... Okay. I was assuming he's gonna fail it, but... I figured I could afford to take the risk. Oh, wow. That was my bad. Can Moshi Man follow up? Nice, he can. Alright. You gonna get that? Okay, there you go. I don't have any boost. Fuck, it was because I lost that boost over there. Ugh, I should have gotten that other one. Ugh. Yeah, I need boost. If I'm gonna be boost starved, I need to be even more considerate of my positioning. Dang, I tried to flick it over him. That would have been such a good shot if I made that. That's the flick. God damn it. And he punched it back too. Frick. I need to rely on my teammate. Okay. I don't know when Motion Man wants to be aggressive and when he wants me to... What is he doing? Well, okay. What the frick? What? Oh my god. I can't fly with my car. Dang, if they took both the boosts, that was convenient for me. I stopped the ball, but neither of us are in position to capitalize on that. I overestimated that. I missed. Unbelievable. Crap, and neither of us are over there? He's gonna hit it that way. It's gonna be too wide of a hit. Need to clear that. Holy crap, okay. Ah, fuck. Does that go in? No, they can bump it out of place. What do you want, Mushy Man? How aggressive are you gonna be? Afghan bananas are gonna... No, no, no. What? Dude, Sensei Waves wasn't there? Oh my god. Talk about freaking lucky, dude. Is my teammate gonna be in rotation? You're gonna need to hit that. Oh my god, he did. Okay. Oh my fucking god. Holy fucking god. Ankles. Dude. Dude, talk about nerve-wracking. Oh my god. He scored all three of the goals. I got carried. Good game. Jeez, that was so stressful. That whole game was so stressful. Having to work around that dude was... View player profile. Okay. This guy... Rocket League, Warzone, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man. This guy plays Madden. This guy has 1,000 hours in Madden NFL 2020, and he only has a third of the achievements. What is he doing? He has 500 hours in Fortnite, but he hasn't played it for 3 years. Nah, I respect it. How many hours do I have in this game? Well, it's not gonna be too accurate. Profile. I mean, I have time played as I'm level 474. Time played is 6 days, 17 hours. How many hours is that? What's 6 times 24? That's 144 plus 17 would be... I have 160 hours played. But as far as how much time is actually in the game, I'd probably put that up to like 200, maybe 250. I've made bicycle goals before? Huh. Gotta talk about difficult. I really want this. But I'm not spending that much money on that. Oh my god. You know, that could buy me 2 books. Actually, it could buy me... That could buy me 3 books, actually. I'm gonna have to start getting the ebooks, because they won't have them out on paperback. Or I won't get my discount on them when they're in paperback. I like having the physical collection or whatever. I'm kind of disappointed that I had to buy the one I wanted to read, or the first book on the Bookwalker or whatever. I don't know when I'm ever gonna reread this series, to be honest, but... 2 more games until I get up there. Or up there. 2 more games until I win. Oh, I got it. Fuck! Oh my god. Unfucking believable. This guy bopped it over my... I was right there. He bopped over my head. Ugh. People are circle jerking about... They're saving their goal. They're on high morale. It was all luck, though. There we go. Just bop. Looks like the whole left goes first, or left goes for a rule actually does apply. Great fucking pass, dude. Dude, I can't believe I was right there to receive it. I'm normally not. But cool, who's there? Oh, he's right on top of me. Okay. Did he expect me not to be able to rotate that? Ah, dang it. What a nice fucking shot. I can't believe we keep getting... Dude, they got cocky. Oh my god, we just scored 3 goals on them. Dude, my teammates like big Italian. Dude, is that going in? Do they have to be getting these saves? Ah, oh, fuck. Oops. Oh my god, he's gonna have to save that. I'll rotate back to goal. I don't know where my teammate wants to contest it. It's too light of a hit. What am I doing? Oh, Wookie Gamers AFK. Oops. Dang it, he flicked it over me. Oh my god, I whiffed that. Maybe that's not proper etiquette for me to score that goal. I want to fucking win, so... This definitely sounds like a Monster Cat song. They could have shot that in. I wouldn't have been able to get that. He has the banana. No problem. They rage quit. Nice. I told you that one day ain't ever enough. I tell you that I hate you, I still call you up. I'll never have love. I've been putting in the hours I was. And you were calling me a liar, but never. As I was putting in the hours. Nate Bean Protector, nice block. He was following behind me. He's still gonna need to pass it to me. Ah, fuck. Is that going in? Alright, Nate the Blazing. What are you doing? Why are you retreating from the ball? Fucking guy. I was putting in the hours. Oops. That's nice. God damn it. Fuck. What? They surrendered? What do you mean? They gave me Diamond Toe. They gave me Diamond Toe. Why did they give me Diamond 2 for that? They gave me Diamond 2. I guess I'm Diamond 2. I didn't do anything that match. I did not. Why did they surrender? Why did they surrender? That's the weirdest thing. They had just scored a goal on us and they surrendered. Maybe one guy put up the surrender as a joke, and then the other one... And then the other one, like... Just took the bait and then they just surrendered. It's a nice little car. If this game wasn't so, like, precise on, like, movements and stuff, then I would actually like to experiment with different cars, but... You're playing a completely different game when you change your car. Ooh, I like those wheels. I already have Toon Hydro. What do they want from me? Oh, I have this boost on the mobile game. I do like this skin though. Ooh, the goop. Ugh. It's really $20 for that. It's kind of... Whose did I like? I did like Envy's. Yeah, it looks slick. I like the chrome. Oh, I guess it's just for whatever team you're rooting for. It depends. Who won the championship last time? Oh, Torrance. Yeah, there we go. And that's a nice looking symbol. I don't like how their name is spelled out on... Dignitas. A lot of these teams, Dignitas, Misfits, Envy, FaZe Clan, a lot of them were originally League of Legends teams, esports teams, but then they expanded into other areas. Play 3 matches from extra mode. What am I supposed to do? I need platinum wins. But I'm diamond in both of these playlists. I was expecting myself to do poorly in at least one of these so that it would bump me down to platinum, and then I'd be like, okay, I could just win against platinums to get my platinum wins, and then go to the other one for diamond wins. But now both of them are diamond. I guess I'll have to play freaking... What game mode do I want to focus on? Not hoops. I'm not good at hoops. I think I can get platinum in Rumble, so... I gotta play 10 Rumble games now. Well, at least 3 for today. I might make this a shorter stream, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't do the next round of my college work until 9 o'clock tonight. I don't have any more of my book to read. Why do we all have like such high ping? The way this map is angled, you can't tell. Grenade baby. How is he going for it? This map's too big. Oh my god. Really? I missed that? I can't tell on this map, dude. Whatever, I don't care if I like win or lose. I got recommended a book. Maybe I'll read another book. I got recommended the book called The Golden Ass. I have no idea what it's about, but this one of my mom's friends who thinks I'm really intelligent recommended it to me. So there we go. He was gonna hit my frozen ball away from the goal. Ugh. A little salty about that, whatever. They're both gonna go for it. They're in a party together. So I'm assuming they're in voice chat. So the fact that neither of them said I got it and then stopped. Just eliminated all of them. Oh, his power thing wore off. That was convenient timing. They both go for it every single time. I wonder what natural elo I am in this. Oh my god. Oh, he kicked me. If I had launched my punch even like a millisecond later, then it would have punched the ball into a wall instead. They can both go for it. I knew Lunch Lady was gonna take that shot. Imagine identifying yourself after your, after your profession. That was a good kick on his part. I just kicked him. Oh, nice. That was so coordinated. He knew I was complimenting him? Or he knew. Dang it. Whenever I have the spikes on, I can't seem to hit it. I like music. Turn. Okay, good. That's a Himitsu. Oh, my Gyard. What are you people doing? Lunch lady. Gerb daddy baby. What the frick? Break your own beer. That's what their clan tag is. Why? Why? I like how all 5 of them are on the are on top of the ball. Like, what elo am I playing in? Could you defended it? Oh, amazing! Absolutely amazing. What are they doing? Oh. Well. This match is lasting forever. God, I'm gonna be sick of this playlist after 3. I can't. I was hoping for something better than that power. They're platinum. Alright. Two more games. Oh, there's a tournament. Nice. I'll join after this match. Christ. Tournament. I think it's a drop shot tournament. I don't know. I just want my points. I want to get more items. I have this like natural like instinct to look at the camera. Or to look at the the webcam preview or whatever. Free play training is a great place to warm up while you wait for your next match. Thanos Killers 633 Dark Lover 0514. At least my name's a little original. I got teleported. Oh my god, all those explosions. Oops, wrong timing. They can't figure it out. His thing's gonna expire before. I really am like condemning myself to playing this mode for a bunch of times, aren't I? Oh my god. I seen a good angle. That was my teammate who left the match. I had to use it to save the ball. God dang it. He didn't know to jump over me. Huh. God dang, it's too late. Oh my god. That freaking flip jump over. I just want the match to end. Like, I don't want to play this anymore. We all got boots. Damn it, I couldn't hit it. My groceries are gonna come between 2 and 4. They're gonna come. Oh my god, he grabbed it instead. Can we surrender? Swear to god, it's 0 to 4. The one team he's been AFK the whole time. Hey, we need all 3 people to surrender for it to... I took us something. Thanks. Thanks, Thanos Killer. It's 633. Oh, Thanos is a big bad guy. I could kill Thanos, though, and then everyone in the Marvel Universe would love me. That's what he sounds like. Okay, well, we just scored 2 goals in a row. Oof. The heck, the spikes expired or they're that fragile. No one had even bumped into me. What? Oh my god, what a freaking block. I don't know. If we score another goal, then it'll go into overtime. I don't really want that future. But at the same time, I shouldn't, I should be trying to win. Oh my god, seriously? The enemy tried to... Yeah, they're gonna put us in overtime? I hope I make the tournament. I probably will. As long as this overtime isn't like more than 5 minutes. Which, please don't be more than 5 minutes. Okay. He won that for us. Oh my god. Talk about giving the controller to your big brother. First 2 touches. これは正しかったない。 hoops? Oh my god. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Ugh. People are generally bad at hoops, so your rank as to what kind of how high you are in tournaments isn't, it's completely independent of these extra playlists. Yeah. So, I could be Diamond 2v2 or 3v3, but then just suck at hoops and I'll still get to play, which means other people are in the same position, which means everyone entering this tournament might actually suck at hoops. We're supposed to be on an even playing field. Where's my phone? I might go get another Dave single. Oh, Josh JP's is on. Siblings Day. Celebrate Siblings Day. Is it Siblings Day today? Why do they have to have a day for everything? I mean, it gives me extra deals on my phone, I guess. Today's really Siblings Day? Huh. Let's see here. Wendy's should have the... It's nice, I can charge my phone overnight, and then, I can charge my phone, and then the battery lasts me for like a week. Like, I only have to charge my phone once a week, because I hardly use it, even if I make phone calls or whatever. I have time. I'm gonna go to the restroom, guys. Starting now in a theater near you. I'll start up. I gotta get... I hope to win at least one match in this. Tired of trash talk? Change your text settings to team only. Normally it's my teammates who trash talk me more than the opponents. Because the opponents like when I suck. But my teammate hates it, so he's gonna rage. Dang it, my controller's getting dirty. Ugh. As it does. I think I can replace the back cap of this. I might in the future. I told you that one day ain't ever enough. I hate you, this still call you up. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. I was putting in the hours. It's basically just all luck. Oh my god. There's latency issues. God, this reminds me of the mobile game. Unbelievable. God dang it, I don't have infinite boost like I did in the mobile game. I was putting in the hours. These guys are way more coordinated. Oh my god, they keep bumping! This map is so small. Oh my god, okay, I was there to block them. My teammate's getting frustrated with me? Oh my god. But you can't put it in either, buddy. This isn't going well. I can't do hoops. Oh my god, I can't play this game mode. These guys are actually good at hoops. At a low level for hoops, you know, it's entirely luck-based. Whether or not you're actually gonna get the ball in. Or are you gonna hit it and then it's just gonna go, you know, and then it's gonna happen to go up. But freaking at a high level where you can actually control your car in the air. Surrendered. I don't want to play again. Even if the enemy sucked, my teammate wasn't as coordinated. $1,500. Wait, so how many points do I have? 1,500, that's it? Whatever. I don't care. Gotta play one more Rumble. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Max copy breath. Dang, he wasted his punch just to get that away from me? Ah, oh, come on. Why is there no one over there? Why is there no one over there? I'm right there. I'm fucking right next to the ball, and both my teammates go for it. They rush on over. Oh my god. I have two ball chasers. Can you do something, you piece of shit? This fucking guy. He just sits there. He just sits there. This D88 guy. Fucking whatever. I don't even want to win, to be honest. Like, oh, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You piece of shit. See, it's nice because I can yell profanities at these people, but you know they can't hear me, right? So. Oh, I gave that boost to the wrong dude. That's what he was doing. Oh my god. Should have expected as much. Oh, nice one. My teammates are doing something, and I'm the one not doing anything. It's weird because they could have such a bad play in the first minute of the game, and then they could all of a sudden be doing super well. Oh, he bumped into me? What the heck? Oh, why did I do that? Ah, god damn it. I thought I had gotten another harpoon hook. God damn it. Come on. Wow, it bounced off of that guy. That is so unlucky. Would have gone straight in if he didn't. music's very nostalgic. Nope. We're not forfeiting. We're only down 2 kills. Or two goals. Kills. Ellen Ripley. You gonna go for that DC? Here he is. Oh, thanks. Oh, a teleport makes him drop the ball if it's on spikes. Great to pass. Oh my god, great to pass. Now we can forfeit. I don't want to waste the next 12 seconds on a bunch of nonsense. Finish that challenge. Oh my gosh. Not even worth it. Sure, why not? 18 seconds, you know? Time's at 1:15. I guess I'll have a protein bar. No, it's not protein bars in there. Actually? There we go. Oh. There we go. There we go. Whoopie-doo. She's like patiently waiting for me to eat this protein bar. It's not for her. Q, you won't like artificial protein. Her name is Lele. Probably a darker skinned female. Probably South Pacific Islander. Or very South American. Get ready. Here we go. This is Rocket League. Kiwi. I have to wait for Mr. Callaway. There he goes. Oh my god. No. God, just simply getting it in the friggin' goal is a tribulation of its own. Oh, she almost did it. Oh, I almost did it. God dang it. What am I... Okay. Wouldn't think about you. She tried to flick it in there, huh? Can't hit. Oh my god, it's just 5 minutes of no one being able to score a goal. Couldn't land that in. God dang it. I suck at this. There's no, like, it's so difficult. I should do an area off the wall. Dang it. I was anxious. Come on. Wonder how many shots I've actually hit it out of her zone for. Oops! She pissed at me. That was my fault. We lost. Oh my god, really? She scored that goal? Nice one. Nice. We lost, yay. Yeah? Hi. What's up? Yeah, I lost hoops. There's no way I was winning that. I mean, I suck at it, so it's totally my fault. And my teammate had to deal with me being bad. But what can you do, right? That's why my silly points. Now I'm a quarter of a way to my next All-Star Cup. Hi. Alright, guys. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I was putting in the hours, I was. Kiwi. She responds to me. I say her name and she meows at me. Yeah? Kiwi. What's up? Yeah? She's so cute. What was I thinking about? I need to play 10 more matches. Of those 10 matches, I need to win 5 of them. And that'll be all my challenges for this week. When's the next wave of challenges? May 4th. I'm at tier 58. I'm not getting any more sideswipe bonuses, so I gotta play a bunch of games on the phone in order to get more XP. But I've almost unlocked my skin. It's very retro. I've almost unlocked my Chomp Chomp Skull Explosion. Then I can start going for the orange and the black one. I do technically need to get to tier 100, but I mean, 2 months, I'll have enough time for that, for sure. I've only been playing, or this battle pass started 1 month ago, and I've already gotten up this high, so I have no doubt I'll be to tier 100 by mid-May. Kiwi. Kiwi. Oh. Dang it, I want to change my music playlist, but it's not letting me. Say moi. YouTuber and former RLCS pro JZR. That's a lot of letters. This carefully curated bundle includes a black painted Sub-Zero. Oh. That's right, it's this one that was $20, right? Yeah. Kiwi. Oh. 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 She like hisses at me and bites at me, but she still stays in the same place. She's like plopped herself down right next to me, or I'm within range. While I'm on my mojo, I want to play 1-3-3. Cute. Let's see how well I can do. I won 8 out of my 10 qualifying matches. For this. Oh my gosh. Okay. That was unfortunate. Oh my god, this guy bought this expensive skin. They're obviously a pro. I was contemplating bumping them, but there were two of them. Yeah, that's too many. I wonder if he had a good angle on that. You gonna get that? Okay. Oh, he missed. Okay. Come on, Angel Baseball. Oh my god, all three of us are in the goal? Seriously? Okay. Good. I wasn't expecting it to be an open net off the backboard bounce. Normally, team will return. Oh my god, it showed me that he had tapped the ball, but then he, but then the ball still continued to come past to go past him and come towards me. So oh my god, he faked. Super safe. That was my teammate that I bumped. Oh my god, no. 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 If I lose this match, I'm getting demoted. I thought the other two were hanging out in the goal. Wow, okay. A ball is going towards the goal, and Angel Baseball decides to go to the corner for boost. Okay, just free goals for them then. Wow, I'm demoted. Plat 3. We were all demoted to platinum. Oh my god. Those fucking Angel Baseball again. It's a different team that we're up against. And the third teammate is different. Oh my god, get out of my fucking way, dude. He faked. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's gonna bounce off there. Okay, Angel Baseball's gonna go for it. What? What? I'll be let out? Okay. Kiwi, I can't right now. Give me 2 minutes. Give me... What? What? We haven't scored a single goal? Holy crap. I didn't respond to that quick enough. Kiwi. My teammate failed that. Oh my god, I can't look away from the screen for a second. Kiwi wants to be let out, but I can't. God damn it. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Nice one. Yeah, Kiwi. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. She doesn't know what that means. Dang it, it's right to him. I wish I could have angled that better. I'm not skilled enough, though. Let it hit the ground. Okay, there we go. GG. Thank God. Yay, there's a second win. Platform. Dang, we were playing against 2 diamonds. Surprised I didn't rank down. Give me a second, guys. You want out? Yeah? What, Joe? Alright. I got my challenge. Oh, it's another box. Oh boys, open the boxes. What fun. Yeah, she's gone in the cat box. Guys, I think I'm gonna cut off. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day, to be honest, but I'm not gonna start another video. I don't want to start another video game. I don't really want to keep playing this, to be honest. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I wish I could preview these in the trade window thing. Ugh. Inventory, blueprints. No. That looks cool, I guess. That one looks cool. That one looks cool. It's a haze. I kinda wanna keep all these. That one looks cool. I'm gonna keep one of those. Just one. I got rid of 2 warp waves, the ambustion. Then I'd have to get rid of, but I kept the humid haze. Then I'd have to get rid of 2 wheels. It's honeycomb inverted. That one does look really cool. So does this one. I guess I would elect to get rid of this and this then. I don't want to. Ooh. Phoenix Cannon. Pew! Oh my god. That is so red. That is so techno. Oh, I love this skin. on the space. Ah, man. God, if I could just throw money at this game. Why is that considered a... It's cool. It's a little uneven, but whatever. Boom, 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 boom. Last time I traded in 5 exotic blueprints, they just gave me a second airstrike. I was kind of salty about that. Yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off. It's been fun. Almost 3-hour stream. At least I talked constantly. I'm gonna get off. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of my lazy Sunday, but do it. Whatever. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys have a good week this week. I'm going to try to... I'm gonna help clean up the house this week, so... Yeah. Starting tomorrow, I'm gonna help clean up the house. But yeah, so kind of wish I could do my homework today, but have to wait till next week in order to do it. I have to wait till tomorrow to do it. So yeah, I wish I had another book to read. But oh yeah, I was gonna read The Golden Ass. Let me see if I can find a online PDF of that. I have other books to read. It's just... What is this? The Golden Ass, being the metamorphosis of Apuleius, which Augustine of Hippo referred to as the Golden Ass, is the only ancient Rome novel in Latin to survive in its entirety. Protagonist in the novel is Lucius. At the end of the novel, why is it Golden Ass important? It's particularly valuable for its description of the ancient religious mysteries. Lucius's restoration from animal to human shape with the aid of Isis and his acceptance into priesthood suggests that Apuleius himself had been initiated into that cult. Wow, sex, violence, a fast-paced adventure story, and a profound moral and spiritual allegory all rolled into one? All right, this book is apparently the adaptation of a Greek play. So back then, they wrote stage plays into books. Nowadays we adapt books into movies. Google Books, free PDF. It's written like a play, too. The first line of the actual book reads, "In this Milesian tale I shall string together divers stories, and delight your kindly ears with a pleasant history, if you will not scorn to look upon the Egyptian paper written with a ready pen of Nile reeds, stories of men's forms and fortunes transformed into different shapes, then restored again in due sequence back into themselves. A true subject for wonder. Who is the author? In a few words you shall understand. Hymettus of Athens, the Isthmus of Corinth, Taenarus of Sparta, being famous lands, and as I pray you give credit to the books of more everlasting fame, be places where mine ancient progeny and lineage did sometime flourish. Them, when I was young, I went first to school and learned the Attic speech. Soon after, as a stranger, I arrived at Rome, where by great industry and without instruction of any schoolmaster, I arrived at the full perfection of the Latin tongue. Behold, I first crave and beg your pardon, lest I should happen to displease or offend any of you by the rude and rustic utterance of this strange and foreign language. And verily this change of speech doth correspond to enter does correspond to the enter. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what they're doing. They have a page of the original Latin text, and then the next page is the English translation. But the way that it's formatted, I have to skip every other page. Where was I? And verily this change of speech doth correspond to the enterprise and matter whereof I purpose to treat. Like a rider leaping from horse to horse, I set forth unto you a Grecian story, whereto, gentle reader, if thou attend and give ear, thou shalt be well contented withal. So basically, it's, a guy gets up on stage and he's, you can imagine, okay, who's writing something like this, right? This is very pretentious. Basically, this dude is getting up on stage and he's, he's speaking in prose in order to try to interest the audience, right? Oh, why is this guy wasting my time? Oh, well, he says he's going to tell us a story of great importance and, that has a huge reputation and blah, 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 right? He's trying to convince you that this is going to be important and interesting, right? It's a great bit of prose to it. I think back in more of like ancient times when people wrote, people used novels and writing not necessarily to it wasn't necessarily to just dryly tell a story, but it was used to speak in a more profound language than you would find in everyday life. Books were meant, I think, books in that sense allowed people to travel to a more fantastical interpretation of the world around them, right? Instead of, oh, instead of, basic events or whatever. So I think I think that's why poetry was so popular back in like the Renaissance era, and I think that's why poetry is still, somewhat popular today amongst people who like poetry. There's a lot less people who like poetry compared to back then, but it still has an audience today. And I think poetry embellishes the communication of your feelings to such a great degree. And I think that's kind of the appeal of it. So it's not something I'm really fond of. I don't like poetry, and I don't like I don't prefer poetry because I'm somebody who wants to get to the point. I think a story holds its merits in how interesting it is, not how it holds its merits in how interesting the story is and the plot and the characters, especially the characters. I think there's not necessarily a structure, but there's certain things that appeal when you read a novel, right? The plot, the interesting events, the characters, and how relatable they are and their struggles, and the world, the setting, the world around them, right? In order to use a story in order to escape from your own life, it needs to be I think it needs to be something that's interesting and captivating in that sense. So, and I simply don't find the long, unnecessary prose of the long, unnecessary poetic way of words that classical novels use. Because to me, it's a waste of time, right? Like tell me what's going on, sort of thing. Tell me what's going on so that I can, start thinking about it. So, because I can make up a bunch of BS fluff and put it on and slap it on a piece of paper, right? These guys are just barfing poetic words onto their papers. So. But whatever, right? It's a simple gripe, and the thing is, it's turned me off to novels before, because a novel like this will introduce itself, and I don't want a novel to introduce itself. The way that a story should be introduced is by jumping right in to an interesting event that gets you hooked on the story. You don't have to plainly tell me to be interested in the novel. You should show me something of interest, right? If a food dish is going to be tasty, you look at it and you think, "Man, that looks good." You don't not see it and then have the chef tell you about how wonderful this dish is. Right? It doesn't happen. That's what happened before in history, but it's not what you're supposed to do, right? You can hype up the dish or whatever, but it's like most people window shop. Most people use their eyes. They use what they're perceiving the actual item to be, and they're using their own interpretation in order to get interested in it. It appeals to their own interpretation. It's not somebody else's interpretation of what you're going to use, of an item you've never seen before, right? And stories are the same way. Show me a good first chapter of a story, and that's gonna pique my interest. Don't spend the first chapter telling me why I should continue reading the book. Give me something that's gonna convince me that this is a worthwhile story. So I guess it's a difference of opinions, though. I guess my take on it is more modern, so it really shows the modern influences. So anyway, this is one of these novels in that sense. I fortuned to travel into Thessaly about certain affairs which I had to do, for there my ancestry by my mother's side in Habith descended of the line of that most excellent person Plutarch, and of Sextus the philosopher his nephew, which is to us a great worship and honor. And after that, by much travel and great pain, I had passed over the high mountains and slippery valleys, and had ridden through the dewy grass and fallowed fields, perceiving that my horse, a white thoroughbred of that country, did wear somewhat slow, and to the intent likewise I might respond and repose and strengthen myself, being weary of a long sitting, I lighted off my horse onto my feet, and wiped carefully away the sweat from his head, and stroking his ears, I unbridled him, and walked him to a gentle slope, to the end that he might by nature's relief ease himself from his weariness, and that while he went taking his morning graze in the field, casting his head sometimes aside as a token of rejoicing and gladness, I perceived a little before me two companions riding, and so I overtaking them made a third. And while I listened to hear their conversation, one of them laughed and mocked his fellow, saying, "Leave off, I pray thee, and speak no more, for I cannot abide to hear thee tell such absurd and credible lies." Which when I heard, I desired to hear some news, and said, "I pray you, masters, make me partaker of your talk, that am not so curious as desirous to know all you say, or most of it. So shall the difficulty of this high hill before us be lightened by merry and pleasant talk." But he that had laughed first said, "Verily this tale is as true as if a man would say that by sorcery and enchantment the swift rivers might be forced to run against their courses, the sea to be bound immovable, the winds to lose their force and die, the sun to be restrained from his natural journey, the moon to drop her foam unto the earth, the stars to be pulled down from heaven, the day to be darkened, and the night be made to continue forever." Then I, speaking more confidently, said, "I pray you, you that begin to tell your tale even now, leave not off so, but tell the residue." And turning to the other, I said, "You, perhaps, that are of gross ears and an obstinate mind, mock and contemn those things which are perchance really the truth, though you not a faith that these things are accounted untrue by the false opinion of men, which are either seldom heard or rarely seen, or are so high that they pass the capacity of man's reasoning. The which, if you scan them more narrowly, you shall not only find them evident to the understanding, but even very easily be brought to pass. Look you, the other night, being at supper with my fellows, while I did greedily put in my mouth a great morsel of barley fried with cheese, it stuck so fast, being soft and doughy, in the passage of my throat and my windpipe, that I was well nigh choked. And yet lately at Athens, before the porch there called the Poecile, I saw with these two eyes of mine a juggler that swallowed up a knight's sword with a very keen edge, and by, for a little money that we that looked on gave him, he devoured a hunting spear with the point downward, precutum. Oh wait, no, that's the Latin page. And over the blade of the spear, when the haft of the spear turned down, rose through the throat towards his pate. There appeared on it, which caused us all who were present to marvel, a fair boy pleasant and nimble, winding and turning himself in such sort that you would suppose that he had neither bone nor gristle, and verily think that he was a natural serpent, creeping and sliding where the twigs are cut off on the knotted staff of rough wood, which the god of medicine is wont to bear. But do you, I pray you, that began, repeat your tale again, and I alone, in place of your fellow, will give credit unto you, and for your pains will pay your charges for your supper at the next inn we come unto." Okay, so the whole paragraph. My God, he's basically explaining why he's why he'll believe any fantastical things or whatever, right? So to convince this guy to tell a story, it's an overly bombastic way to do it. Like nobody's gonna sit there and listen to this dude prattle on and on and on about, oh, I saw somebody eat a sword or whatever. Just as, as way of convincing them. Oh, please tell your tale. I saw a dude swallow a sword yesterday, right? It's like this dude went on for like 10 sentences. No, this dude went on for a page and a half. Holy crap. This is still the introduction. We haven't actually started the story yet, by the way. The story isn't about this dude who is listening to this guy. The story is the tale that this guy is gonna tell. It hasn't happened yet. I've read like 4 pages already. It's like at this point, it's like you gotta really invest into this, right? Like, my God. Everything that they teach you in writing is captivate your audience from the get-go. Don't take your time, meandering through everything, because you're gonna lose their interest. They have better things to do, right? Or you're gonna trap somebody in a room for an hour and then talk all this, and in the last 10 minutes of that hour, then you're gonna start to say something interesting. No, just cut out the boring parts and get on with it, right? We don't need all this fluff, all this noble talk. Whatever. I can complain about anything. To this he answered, Certes, sir, I thank you for your gentle offer, and at your request I will proceed in my tale. But first I will swear unto you by the light of this sun, the God that seeth all, that those things which I shall tell be true. Nor, when you come to the next city, which is of Thessaly, will you doubt anything of it, for it is rife in the mouths of every person which was done before the face of all men. And that I may first take relation to you, what and who I am, and whither I go, and for what livelihood. I am... Oh my God, he's going to introduce himself. Oh, in order to tell you my story, I gotta tell you about myself first. Oh my God, is this how people talked back then? This story was written in like 108, in the year 100 AD. Like, I cannot imagine that this is how people talked back then. Where was he? That I am of Aegina, traveling these countries from the Thessaly to Aetolia, and from Aetolia to Boeotia, to provide for honey, cheese, and other victuals to sell again. And understanding that at Hypata, which was the prime city of all Thessaly, are sold fresh cheeses of exceedingly good taste and relish, I fortuned on a day to go thither to make my market there of the whole. But, as it often happens, I came in an evil hour, for one Lupus, a wholesale purveyor, had bought up all the day before, and so I was deceived of my profit. Wherefore, towards night, being greatly wearied by my hurrying, though it had been of none effect, I went to the baths to refresh myself, and behold, I fortuned to espy my companion Socrates. He was sitting upon the ground, covered with a torn and coarse mantle, so meagre and of so sallow and miserable a countenance that I scantily knew him, for fortune had brought him in such an estate that he verily seemed as a common beggar that stands in the streets to crave the benevolence of the passer-bys, towards whom, howbeit he was my singular friend and familiar acquaintance, yet half in doubt, I grew nigh and said, Alas, my Socrates, what meaneth this? How dost thou so appear? What crime hast thou committed? Verily, there is great lamentation and weeping made for thee at home. Thy children are in ward by decree of the provincial judge. Thy wife... Is he telling Socrates of Socrates' own condition? Thy wife, having ended her mourning time in lamentable wise, with her face and visage blubbered with tears, in such sort that she hath well nigh wept out both her eyes, is constrained by her parents to put out the remembrance of the unfortunate loss and lack of thee at home, by taking against her will a new husband, and dost thou live here as a ghost or beggar to our great shame and ignominy. Okay, it's a weird way to tell a story, but I guess Socrates. God, I have to stop and like dissect all of this. Socrates, for some reason, he lost his wife and kids, I guess, and they're kicked out of their house. I don't know. Then answered he to me and said, O my friend Aristomenes, now perceive I well that you are ignorant of the whirling changes, the unstable forces, and the slippery inconsistency of fortune. And therewithal he covered his face, even then blushing for very shame, with his ragged mantle, so that the lower part of his body appeared all naked. But I, not willing to see him any longer in such great misery and calamity, took him by the hand to lift him from the ground. Who, having his face covered in such sort, let fortune, quoth he, triumph yet more, let her have her sway, and finish that which she hath begun. Then did I force him to follow, and put on one of my garments, and clothed, nay, rather, covered him, and immediately I brought him to the bath. With my own hands I served him with what he needed for anointing and wiping. I diligently rubbed away the filthy scurf of his body, which done, although I was very warily myself, and hardly held him up, yet I led the poor wretch to my inn, where I bade him repose his body upon a bed, and brought him meat and drink, and refreshed him with talking together. Then we grew free and merry, laughed and joked wittily. Now he talked without any fear, until such time as he, fetching a pitiful sigh from the bottom of his heart, and beating his face in miserable sort, began to say, Alas, poor wretch that I am, that only for desire to see a game, famous enough, of trial of weapons, am fallen into these miseries and misfortunes. For having set out, as thou knowest, for Macedonia on my business, and returning the richer after the space of 10 months, a little before that I came to Larissa, I turned out of the way to view those games, and behold, in the bottom of a pathless and hollow valley, I was suddenly environed with a wild company of thieves, who robbed and spoiled me of such things as I had, and hardly did I escape, but, being in such extremity, in the end was delivered from them, and fortuned to come to the house of a woman that sold wine, called Moreau. Old was she, yet not unpleasing, unto whom I opened the causes of my long peregrination and careful homecoming, and of my unlucky robbery, and after that she gently entertained me, and made me more than good cheer, with a supper free of charge, and by, being pricked by carnal desire, she brought me to her own bedchamber, where I, poor wretch, from the very first night of our being together, did purchase to myself this miserable servitude, and I gave her such apparel as the kind thieves have left to cover me withal, and also the little wages that I had gained by carrying bags when still whole and sound, until that good dame and evil fortune brought me to that appearance in which you have just seen me. What the fuck? Okay, so he made a bunch of money, and then he wanted to go see a game in the Coliseum, but that's where a bunch of thieves robbed him of all of his stuff. And then he, in his misery, went to this old woman who was a wine seller, was, a seller of wine, and she gave him food and then slept with him. She slept with him a bunch of times, and he served her, and then he gave her money. He gave her money until he was poor and broken and alone. And that's how he ended up near the bathhouse in a miserable state. Is this really Socrates? This guy sounds like a wimp. Where I, poor wretch. He's calling himself a poor wretch. Like, my god. Talk about, like, pitiful and narcissistic. Then I said unto him, in faith, thou art worthy of to sustain the most extreme misery and calamity, which hast defiled thine own body, forsaken thy wife traitorously, and dishonored thy children, parents and friends for the love of a vile harlot and old strumpet. Really, that was your reply? You were just summarizing his story back to him? Oh, so the fact that he cheated on his wife with this old woman who apparently seduced him, and he's saying that, oh, what misfortune befalleth on me. He's the one who slept with the lady. You fucking guy, you were already married. You had kids. Ugh, disgusting. When Socrates heard me rail against Moreau in such sort, he held up his forefinger to his lips, as if, and as half astonished, said, Peace, peace, I pray you, and looking about lest any person should hear, I pray you, quoth he, take heed what you say against so venerable a woman as she is, lest by your intemperate tongue you catch some harm. What, quoth I, this hostess, so mighty and a queen, what manner of woman is she? I pray you tell me. Then answered he, Verily, she is a magician, and of divine might, which hath power to bring down the sky, to bear up the earth, to turn the waters into hills, and the hills into running waters, to call up the terrestrial spirits into the air, and to pull the gods out of the heavens, to extinguish the planets, and to lighten the very darkness of hell. Okay, so apparently this woman is capable of basically destroying all of existence, is what he's saying. Then I said unto Socrates, I pray you leave off this high and tragical kind of talk, and away with the scenic curtain, and tell the matter in a more plain and simple fashion. Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's probably a metaphor. Even the gods can't save him from such a seductive woman. Then answered he, Will you hear one or two or more of the deeds which she hath done? For whereas she enforceth not only the inhabitants of this country here, but alas the Indians and Ethiopians and even the Antipodeans to love her in most raging sorts. Such are but trifles and chips of her occupation, but I pray you give ear, and I will declare of greater matters, which she hath done openly and before the face of all men. This woman has a certain lover whom, by utterance of one only word, she turned into a beaver because he loved another woman besides her. And the reason why she transformed him into such a beast is that it is his nature, when he perceives the hunters and hounds to draw after him, to bite off his members and lay them in the way, that the pursuers may be at a stop when they find them, and to the intent that so it might happen unto him, because he fancied another woman, she turned him into that kind of shape. Likewise, she changed one of her neighbors, being an old man and one that sold wine, in that he was a rival of her occupation, into a frog. And now the poor wretch, swimming in one of his own pipes of wine, and being well nigh drowned in the dregs, doth cry and call with croakings continually for his old guests and acquaintances that pass by. Likewise, she turned one of the advocates of the court, because he pleaded and spake against her, into a horned ram, and now the poor ram doth act advocate, Moreover, she caused the wife of a certain lover that she had, because she spake sharply and wittily against her, should never be delivered of her child, but should remain her womb closed up, everlastingly pregnant. And according to a computation of all men, it is 8 years past since the poor woman began first to swell, and now she is increased so big that she seemeth as though she would bring forth some great elephant. What? And when this was known abroad and published throughout all the town, they took indignation against her, and ordained that the next day she should be most cruelly stoned to death, which purpose of theirs she prevented by the virtue of her enchantments. And as Medea, who this is a fucking story, who obtained the King Creon but 1 day's respite before her departure, did burn in the flames of the bride's garland all his home, him and his daughter, so she, by her conjurations and invocation of spirits, which she used over a certain trench, as she herself declared unto me, being drunken the next day following, closed all the persons of the town so sure in their houses by the secret power of her gods, that for the space of 2 days could they not come forth, nor open their gates nor doors, nor even break down their walls, whereby they were enforced by mutual consent to cry unto her and to bind themselves straitly, that they would never after molest or hurt her, and moreover, if any did offer her any injury, they would be ready to defend her. Whereupon she, moved at their promises, released all the town, but she conveyed the principal author of this ordinance at about midnight, with all his house, the walls, the ground, and the foundation, into another town distant from thence 100 miles situate, and being on the top of a barren hill, and by reason thereof destitute of water, and because the edifices and houses were so close builded together that it was not possible for the house to stand there, she threw down the same before the gate of the town. What the fuck is he talking about? Anyway, I like the story about the about the pregnant woman. This old witch cursed this pregnant woman to never give birth, and so her belly just kept getting bigger and bigger until it was the size of an elephant. and then when the townspeople heard that, they stoned her to death. Who comes up with this? Who comes up with this? It's pretty funny. I actually like this. I don't like the nonsensical old classical language that it's spoken in, but I do I do enjoy the creativity. Honestly, I like this. Then spake I and said, O my friend Socrates, you have declared unto me many marvelous things and no less cruel, and moreover stricken me also with no small trouble of mind, aka I'm really distressed. Yeah, rather with great prick of fear, lest the same old woman, using the like practice, should chance to hear all our commotion, or all our communication. Wherefore let us now sleep, though it be early, and after that we have done away our weariness with rest, let us rise bed betimes in the morning, and ride from hence before day as far as we may. Okay. So basically he described the process of going to sleep and waking up. I don't know why you would... but whatever. He's basically saying, you know, after we wake up tomorrow, let's get the hell out of here. That's what they're saying. In speaking these words, it fortuned that Socrates did fall asleep, and snored very soundly, by reason of his new plenty of meat and wine, and his long travail. Then I closed and barred fast the doors of the chamber, and put my bed, and made it fast behind the door, and so laid me down to rest. But at first I could in no wise sleep for the great fear which was in my heart, until it was about midnight, and then I closed my eyes for a little. But alas, I had just begun to sleep, when behold, suddenly the chamber doors break open, nay, the locks, bolts, and posts fell down with greater force than if thieves had been presently come to have spoiled and robbed us. And my bed whereon I lay, being a truckle bed, and somewhat short, and one of the feet broken and rotten, by violence was turned upside down, and I likewise was overwhelmed and covered lying in the same. Then I perceived in myself that certain effects of the mind by nature and turned contrary, for as tears oftentimes are shed for joy, so I began in this fearful perplexity could not forbear laughing, to see how of Aristromenes' eye was made like unto a tortoise. Oh, he's laughing at the fact that his bed got flipped upside down, and he feels like a turtle. Who comes up with this? This is great. This is great. And while I lay on the ground, covered in the happy protection of my pallet, I peeped from under the bed to see what would happen, and behold, there entered two old women, the one bearing a burning torch, and the other a sponge and naked sword. And so in this habit they stood about Socrates being fast asleep. Then she which bare the sword said unto the other, Behold, sister Panthea, this is my dear Endymion, and my sweet Ganymede, which both day and night hath abused my wanton youthfulness. This is he, who, little regarding my love, doth not only defame me with reproaching words, but also intendeth to run away. And I shall be forsaken by like craft as Ulysses did use, and shall continually bewail my solitariness as Calypso, which said she pointed towards me that lay under the bed, and shewed me to Panthea. This is he, quoth she, which is his good counselor Aristromenes, and persuadeth him to forsake me. And now, being at the point of death, he lieth prostrate on the ground, covered with his bed, and hath seen all our doings, and hopeth to escape scot-free from my hands for all his insults. But I will cause that he shall repent himself too late, nay, rather forthwith, for his former intemperate language and his present curiosity. Oh my god, okay, so the old witch and her sister found them and knew that they were shit-talking her. They were shit-talking the old witch, and now she's come for revenge, basically. She's like, oh, you're not going to run away from me. I'm actually curious as to what happens next. How did he get away from this old witch? Which words, when I heard, I fell into a cold sweat, and my heart trembled with fear, in so much that the bed over me did likewise rattle and shake and dance with my trembling. Then spake Panthea unto Meroe, and said, Sister, let us by and by tear him in pieces, or else tie him by the members and cut them off. Then Meroe, for thus I learned that her name really was that witch which I had heard in Socrates' tale, answered, Nay, rather let him live, to bury the corpse of this poor wretch in some hole of the earth. And therewithal she turned the head of Socrates on the other side, and thrust her sword up to the hilt into the left part of his neck, and received the blood that gushed out with a small bladder, that no drop thereof fell beside. This thing I saw with mine own eyes, and then Moreau, to the intent, as I think, she might alter nothing that pertaineth to sacrifice, which she accustomed to make, thrust her hand down through that wound into the entrails of his body, and searching about at length, brought forth the heart of my miserable companion Socrates, who, having his throat cut in such sort, gave out a doleful cry by the wound, or rather a gasping breath, and gave up the ghost. What the fuck? So this witch, or no, the sister, is one of them, stabbed the, she stabbed Socrates in the throat, and then the other one reached her hand into the gaping throat wound and reached through his intestines and grabbed his heart through his neck. What the frick? So I brought forth the heart of my miserable companion Socrates and gave up a ghost. Then Pantheus stopped the wide wound of his throat with the sponge and said, O sponge sprung and made of the sea, beware that thou pass not over a running river. This being said, they moved and turned up my bed, and then they strode over me and staled upon me till I was wringing wet. Staled upon... What, did they absorb Socrates' blood with a sponge and then wring it over this dude? And so he's dripping with his friend's blood? What? When this was ended, they went their ways and the doors closed fast. The hinges sank in their old sockets. The bolts ran into the doorposts. The pins fell into the bars again. But I that layeth upon the ground, like one without soul, naked and cold and wringing wet with filth, like to one that were newly born, or rather, one that were made of one that were more than half dead, yet reviving myself, and appointed as I thought for the gallows, began to say, Alas, what shall become of me tomorrow when my companion shall be found murdered here in the chamber? To whom shall I seem to tell any similitude of truth, when as I shall tell the truth indeed? They will say, if thou, being so great a man, wert unable to resist the violence of the woman, yet shouldst thou have cried at least for help? Wilt thou suffer the man to be slain before thy face and say nothing? Or why not they slay thee likewise? Why did their cruelty spare thee that stood by and saw them commit that horrible act? Wherefore, although thou hast escaped their hands, yet thou shalt not escape ours. Oh. So his friend's dead. There's no evidence that these women entered the room, and this dude knows that if he tells the truth, then they won't believe him because there's too many flaws in it. He didn't call for help. The women are nowhere to be found. He didn't fight them off. He survived, but his friend didn't. So it really looks like he murdered Socrates, and then it looks like it appears as though he murdered Socrates, and then is just making up this tale in order to get out of it. And he's seeing how they could counter-argue his point. I see. While I pondered these things often with myself, the night passed on into day. So I thought best to take my horse secretly before dawn and go fearfully forward on my journey. Yeah, man, just get out of there, dude. Thus I took up my packet, unlocked and unbarred the doors, but those good and faithful doors which in the night did open of their own accord, could then scarcely be opened with their keys after frequent trials. And when I was out, I cried, Ho, Sirrah Ulster, where art thou? open the stable door, for I will ride away before dawn. Really, he announced that he's gonna leave early. The ostler lying behind the stable door upon a pallet and half asleep. What, quoth he, do not you know that the ways be very dangerous with robbers? What mean you to set forth at this time of night? If you perhaps, guilty of some heinous crime, be wary of your life, yet think you not that we are such pumpkin-headed sots that we will die for you? Then said I, it is well nigh day, and moreover, what can thieves take from him that has nothing? Dost thou not know, fool as thou art, that if thou be naked, if 10 trained wrestlers should assail thee, they could not spoil or rob thee? What the fuck is he saying? He's... First of all, the stable hand, he told the stable hand, hey, I'm getting my horse, I'm getting out of here. And the stable hand is like, there's robbers on the road this early in the morning. It seems like you're running away from a crime you've committed. And then he said, and then the original guy said, oh, you know, it's already, you know, the sun's already out, or it's already early into the day, there won't be robbers, and besides, I don't have anything. So even if 10 men were to try to rob me, I would have nothing to give them, and therefore I could not be robbed. That's essentially what he's saying. And it's interesting, is these people's perspective, honestly. Like, they're thinking about the construction of every single thought that they have, which is actually pretty interesting. Whereunto the drowsy ostler, half asleep, and turning on the other side, answered, what know I whether you have murdered your companion, whom you brought in yesternight, or no, and now seek safety by escaping away? Wow, so he got figured out. O Lord, at that time I remember that the earth seemed to open, and that I saw at hell's gate the dog Cerberus gaping to devour me. And then I verily believed that Moreau did not spare my throat, moved with pity, but rather cruelly pardoned me to bring me to the gallows. Wherefore I returned to my chamber, and there devised with myself in what violent sort I should finish my life. So, okay, he's basically saying, okay, the witch didn't spare him out of mercy. The witch knew that he was going to go to jail for this. So now he's trying to figure out how he's going to kill himself. But when I saw that fortune would minister unto me no other instrument than my bed, I said, O bed, O bed. O bed, most dear unto me at this present, which hast abode and suffered with me so many miseries, judge and arbiter of such things as were done here in this night. Oh my god, he's pleading to the bed to be a witness. What the hell? O bed, most dear unto me at this present, which has abode and suffered with me so many miseries, judge and arbiter of such things as were done here this night, whom only I may call to witness for my innocence, render, I say, unto me some wholesome weapon to end my life, that am most willing to die. And therewithal I pulled out a piece of the rope wherewith the bed was corded, and tie one end thereof about a rafter which stood forth beneath the window, and with the other end I made a sliding knot, and stood upon my bed to cast myself from aloft into destruction. Dude, I'm not just hanging myself, I am casting myself unto destruction. And with the other end I made a sliding knot, and stood upon my bed to cast myself from aloft into destruction, and so put my neck into it. but when I pushed away with my foot that which supported me beneath, so that the noose, when my weight came upon it, might choke the passage of my breath, behold, suddenly the rope, being old and rotten, burst in the middle, and I fell down, tumbling upon Socrates that lay nigh me, when with him rolled upon the floor. So the fucking rope broke. The rope broke. What the hell is this? This is such a great story. Oh my god. And even so, he fell on his dead friend. What the hell? And even at that very time, the ostler came in crying with a loud voice, and said, "Where are you that made such haste at deep night, and now lie wallowing and snoring abed?" Whereupon, I know not whether it was by our fall or by the harsh cry of the ostler, Socrates, as waking out of a sleep, did rise up first, and said, "It is not without cause that strangers do speak evil of all such ostlers, for this caitiff in his coming in, and with his crying out, I think under colour to steal away something, hath waked me, and that was beside very wearily out of a sound sleep." What the fuck? So Socrates came back to life. So this dude tried to hang himself to avoid going to jail over being accused of killing his friend. He tried to hang himself with a rope, but the rope was old and rotten, and so the rope broke when the dude tried to hang himself, and so he fell on top of Socrates' dead corpse. And then the stable hand came in and shouted, "What are you doing?" And then Socrates came back to life and started complaining at the stable hand. What the frick? Dude, this 20-page section that I've been reading has had more twists and turns in just this part than any story I've ever read in its entirety. Oh my god. Then I rose up joyfully, and as hoped not to be, with a merry countenance, saying, "Behold, good ostler, my friend, my companion, and my brother, whom, though being drunken in the night, this falsely affirmed to be murdered by me." And therewithal I embraced my friend Socrates and kissed him. But he, smelling the stink wherewith those hags had imbrued me, thrust me away, and said, "Away with thee with thy filthy odour." And then he began gently to inquire how that noisome scent happened upon me. But I, with some light jest feigning and colouring the matter for the time, did break off his talk into another path, and take him by the hand, and said, "Why tarry we? Why leave we the pleasure of this fair morning? Let us go." And so I took up my packet, and paid the charges of the house, and we departed. We had not gone a mile out of the town, but it was broad day, and there I diligently looked upon Socrates' throat, to see if I could espy the place where Meroe thrust in her sword. And I thought with myself, what a madman am I, that, being overcome with wine yesterday, have dreamed such terrible things. Behold, I see Socrates sound, safe, and in health. Where is his wound? Where is the sponge? Where is his great and new cut? And then I spake to him, and said, Verily it is not without occasion that physicians of experience do affirm, that such as fill their gorges abundantly with meat and drink shall dream of dire and horrible sights. For I myself, not restraining mine appetite yesternight from the pots of wine, did seem to see in this bitter night strange and cruel visions, that even yet I think myself sprinkled and wet with human blood. Whereunto Socrates, laughing, made answer and said, Nay, thou art not wet with the blood of men, but thou art imbrued with stinky filth. And verily I myself, they really ancient Latin, and they couldn't find a better way of saying the term stinking filth. And verily thou art not wet with the blood of men, but thou art imbrued with stinking filth. And verily I myself dreamed this night that my throat was cut, and that I felt the pain of the wound, and that my heart was pulled out of my belly, and that, oh, that's why. The people back in ancient Greece thought that your heart was like in your stomach or something. Something like that, I don't know. Was pulled out of my belly, and the remembrance thereof makes me now to fear, and my knees do tremble that I totter in my gait, and therefore I would fain eat somewhat to strengthen and revive my spirits. So basically he says, I had the same bad dream, I want to eat. I'm hungry. Then said I, Behold, here is thy breakfast. And therewithal I opened my scrip that hanged upon my shoulder, and gave him bread and cheese. And let us sit down, quoth I, under that great plane tree. Oh my fuck. Okay, so. Okay, so he's. So Socrates is alive. Okay, well. Okay, so basically, I'm done reading. If you guys want to keep reading that, I don't. If you look up the Golden Ass on the computer, it'll Google Books, I think it is, has it for free. So I left off. Google Books has it. It's for free. It's like 600 pages in a PDF. 645 pages. I'm on page 70 of that PDF, which if you're going by the book page numbers, at the bottom corner of the book, it'll say page 33. So that's where I left off. If you guys are interested in continuing that story, I'm probably not going to read any more of that story. It's crisis averted, right? He got his heart ripped out, and the woman got pregnant with the elephant and all that. Interesting story, but I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sick of it. Maybe next time, guys. Maybe next time. But yeah, God, I was reading for an hour. Oh my God. But yeah, anyway, guys. Well, the next tournament's up. I don't want to play. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off. This is gonna do it for me. Hope you all enjoy the stream. I hope you all have a good week this week. Get through any trials and tribulations that you have, and come out on top. And guys, I'll be back next Friday. So yeah, guys, I'll be back next Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, same time, same place. Guys, with all that said, that's gonna do it for me. This has been Big Pasta Gaming. You guys have been Little Pasta watching. And I will see you all on Friday. Bye-bye, everybody. Sayonara. Take care, everyone. Hope you all get some good sleep this week. And have a wonderful week. Bye-bye, everybody. Peace. Big Pasta out. Boom, boom, boom. Pasta out. 4-hour stream. Very productive. Bada bing, bada boom. Take care, everyone. Stay safe out there.